What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and we're trying this again. Yes, completely different introduction because there was a veto, and every time there's a veto, I get sad. And therefore, I'm sad. However, you don't need to be sad. You could be happy instead. All right, so spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Stand and Deliver. This is the Legend of Tomorrow tournament. Therefore, there's a coach, and therefore, Stand and Deliver's coach is Chef Hades. His opponent today in the red color playing as Odin. His name is Barba, and his coach is Shadowfax. It's currently game number 4 of this best of 5 for this fourth place match. See the fingers, does the thing. Barbara's at 2 wins, and Stand and Deliver is at 1 win, which means we are potentially on. We're on match point. Match point for Barber. If he wins, he wins. Stand and Deliver has to win this game, otherwise he's out of the tournament, and then he needs to win the next game to win, and it's going to be a death match in us and a best of 1 if we get there. We do have a relic here, a big ticket relic, Pygmalion statue, extra 40%, villager HP there, very good for both players, and the canopic jar of Imseti, arguably very strong relic for both players as well. It helps get out those infantry units faster, much better for the Norse player than it is for the Greek player, because it allows your throwing action to come out faster, your Olsak to come out faster, your Huskar to come out faster, and also your Bogsviger, little known fact, to come out faster. I think they're considered infantry. They might be considered archers. I'm not sure. They do get the medium infantry upgrade. I'm not sure what happens. Anyways, onwards and upwards. So we first saw the first game where we saw a Odin versus Poseidon game where Stand and Deliver tried to play one town center classical fight against Barba and got smoked. Second game, we saw Stand and Deliver do a very nice defensive strategy to try and survive and deal with the Odin Wrath, and it was a very close game, but Stand and Deliver managed to win with the Hephaestus upgrade kind of timings. Third game, we saw Barba react to the fast second town center from Stand and Deliver and hit a pretty brutal fast mythic against it. Very smart play, very strong. Fourth game, will we see any of the same strategies, or time to shake things up? The map is Oasis, so things are a little bit different here. This village is moving up onto the giraffe over here. Not many giraffe at all. There are a decent amount of goats here for Barba. His village is currently idle. Let's jump in and see what. Oh. Let's jump in and see what the coaches have got to say for to each other. Yes. What's the coaches are saying to the players? Yes.
One more dwarf, then fix your ox cart on wood. And the forest, left forest. Come through the town centre. Never mind. Another dwarf, another dwarf, another dwarf, another dwarf, another dwarf.
Just a little bit of build order help there. Bit of pathing and
The last villager.
We need to make sure to scout better this time. Get the lions. Get the lions as well. It's worth it.
Oh, you want me to get the lions?
Yeah, shoot the lions down.
Little bits of help go a long way there. Some of the things that Shadowfax was saying there to Barba, like he wanted to jump through the town center onto this wood line, saves this much walking time, which actually could net you around about 10 extra resources if you do it fast enough. Very, very, very smart, but just little bits of build order help, getting a little bit crazy about the dwarves, extra dwarves he wants, but you know, it is what it is. And we'll see how this game's going to go as the Freya is coming through. We've got Athena coming through as well. Stand and Deliver. Coach, Chef, Hades telling him, yeah, better eat those lions. If it's convenient to eat the lions, you should. It's 200 food. If you saw a gazelle there, you would probably have picked it up. Maybe didn't need to throw the granary down. When you think about how many trips you're going to make, probably wouldn't have netted yourself an extra 50 wood, but does get that food in just a little bit faster as the Classical Age comes in, and it does seem like Stand and Deliver is looking for a second town center here. It would seem as the Valkyrie is going to be wandering forward. The villagers here for Barba going to be moving forward as well, looking for their giraffe, which are in literally, I don't know how. Like, I mean, this could have been a crazy guess here from Shadowfax, being like, well, they have to be there. We've scouted everywhere else. They were either going to be here or at the top corner. He does manage to find it. There is a straight Ajax here that's going to be grabbing the Pygmalion statue, taking it back home, not doing any harass here. We've got the town center now coming up for Stand and Deliver, but there's not really anything around it. So we will have to be playing super slow on this map as the Raven flying in, seeing what's going on. We do have a forest fire over here, going to be doing a lot of damage to that Minotaur. That's a lot more than 50 wood damage. That was super worthwhile as the villagers trying to surround the Valkyrie there. And Barba going to have to get out of here, it seems. He gets hit a little bit more and takes a couple more shots there from the town center. Completely fine. Let's see what's going on in his base. Got himself 2 longhouses, some resources in the bank, just deciding whether or not to start building units or not. Needs to be getting himself a second town center if he wants to compete here against the second town center of the Hades, or go for another kind of fast heroic style strategy. Especially the fast heroics here for Norse on Oasis are legit on the fact that you run out of food, you get yourself your 800 food, you run out of food, and then you advance to the next age, and then you just jump everything onto wood and you go Huskar Bogsvaga throwing Axeman vibes, and your opponent has to go archers, and you go, well, I'm literally making Huskar, and you can't make hoplites because you spent all your food on the villagers and on more villagers, so you just can't afford to deal with what I got. And you make a big push forward with Njord, and you win the game. But that doesn't seem to be what's happening here, as Barba is not really doing all too much with his resources, just kind of looking around for something to do. Villagers coming back, maybe going to go on to berries, maybe going to go over onto the herdables here. We do see he's got husbandry, but nothing else. So too does Stand and Deliver have husbandry. Stray goats on the map here as well for Stand and Deliver, as he's just hanging out, doing his thing. And let's jump back in and see if these guys got anything to say.
Not making anything.
Nothing.
Don't make anything. It's good. Gonna make an armory. I think this time we might just go Scatty. I don't think it'll work again, the Njord. I think he'll expect it. So we're just gonna try and take a fight when we get Mythic. Freeze his army and then Fimbulwinter take down the town center. That's the plan.
Okay.
Right.
That's the plan. Jumping over and seeing what the other guys
You're
are
scout
saying.
into his base again. Let's try to see what's going on.
Ooh. Oh, that's so smart. Sending the scout in, making sure he knows what's going on. Doesn't want to fall victim to what happened before. The armory is not hidden in the slightest. You see the armory, you kind of know, oh, something is happening here. And we saw Njord get clicked, but Skadi, the god that he wants, because he doesn't feel like it's going to work 2 times in a row. A little bit too cheese, one might say. Go for the safer Skadi here and see what he can do with that. Now, the question really now becomes, where to? Where to? Villagers onto wood seems to be the option here. Though, I know that Shadowfax is much more partial to going for Jarl. Even though I don't think it's very good, you might just be eating as much food as you can before going onto wood. So we're starting to see those farms coming down for Stand and Deliver. 57 population, good amounts of resources, armory coming up as well. He's got his military buildings down, but he's going to go Heroic Age himself, which I absolutely love. I would like to see an Aphrodite here, in all honesty, just to give him that extra breathing room. Don't have to go Apollo here. As he dumps those villagers in, and he is going through Apollo. The reason for Apollo makes a lot of sense. It means, okay, I'm just going to take a beating, and then I'm going to try and get back into the game. But, yeah. Now, if you are wondering, you can actually get away with shift-clicking these farms around, and it's actually fine, so long as after the first farm is built, You then click the villages and you right click on the farm, and then they'll immediately each go to a separate farm, and you can get all those farms up quite quickly. It is still faster to build them manually if you've got the APM and you've got the awareness, but you can get around that fact with that little cheeky maneuver. So the villagers chopping the wood down over there, doing all the good stuff. And Barba just about to click up to the Mythic Age yet again. He gets his market down in time this time, but it's a little bit delayed. And unlike last game, which was an 1140 Mythic Age, this is looking like closer to a 12-minute Mythic Age, if not slower here, it would seem. As Apollo comes through for stand and deliver. More villagers coming out. We've got the walls up over here. Nice walls here for stand and deliver, going to prevent any sort of push out. One thing you could probably do now with Odin is just grab 3 town centers and just boom here. It's not like that bad of an idea. I'm interested as to why stand and deliver builds his farms like this. They're not on the town center. Like they're one I don't know if you call this, one tile away from the town center, so they're slightly inefficient. And he does it on purpose, it seems, on all the farms. It might just be so he gets a proper box around a proper box of farms, so he gets the full. It would be full 12 farms around a town center, but they're inefficient, so I'm not sure what the idea is there. Anyways, market is up. Mythic Age is incoming, so it's going to be that exact same strat here for Barba and Shadowfax. They're saying, well, it's a little bit different, but almost the same. But we'll see if it's going to work out, if it's going to get any real amount of damage done, especially because of how far away he is. If he wants to hit this town center, he's got to push through a wall and everything else. So it seems like the best play here is going to be just click Fimbulwinter and kind of pray a little bit. We're seeing these units coming out. We do already have Hapaspist, so he can't really be going Huskal here, but he hasn't scouted the enemy army. This has been a very, very nice counter for from Barba, from Stand and Deliver this game. Hard countering this early tier. We see Barba clicking Fimbulwinter, and we'll jump in and see what Chef's got to say.
No, yeah, try to run the army back into the town center so you don't lose them fighting the wolves. Yeah, run them back. And put them into the buildings, don't have them jumping out. Yeah, there you go.
Wood as well, if you can. Move some off wood onto gold. Have some dwarfs on wood, move them to gold.
Oh, I love it. The anger and like you're hitting a time and you've got to do damage. Your opponent's 2 town centers. You know that you have to do damage, but there's also other things that you have to do, and it's just like, well, this is the difference between a 2500, 2600 player and the 2300s is that they just know that they need it done, and they do it as fast as possible. We see the gate getting taken down here by Barba, destroying this one here, and he's got to figure out a way forward. The army composition just is not it right now for Barba. He's got to stop making these Huskal, make Bogsviger, and live the dream here. But he does have a really, really big army, so maybe he's got a big army and he does have Frost. But the Hades player has got Restoration. So we'll see how it's going to go. This gold mine's got 249 gold left in it. We do have a hill fort going up over there. I love that hill fort as the army is pushing forward. You don't really want to cast Frost just yet. We see the Frost Giant in this, and there's the Restoration. Too early, as the Frost is going to come in and hit all of these units, nullifying that Restoration. And Barba is going to have a fantastic time here to fight as this hill fort's going to come up and this gold mine is going to expire. There is a very real chance that a gold staff could be coming in if Barba can win this fight hard enough. Is he changing away from Huskal? No, he is not. Is the game plan still to simply just get up to champion infantry and hope? He's trying to get this hill fort down as fast as he possibly can on this gold mine. Shadowfax has realized that this is definitely a possibility, as the gold mine has to be expiring around about now. 2 town centers. All of these low gold units. There's no villagers over here just yet, but the villagers are going to sneak through onto this gold mine over here. I love that play from Stand and Deliver. I also love to see a wall over here as the units do defrost there, retreat back away from said hill fort, but we are still seeing more Huskal being built by Barba. He's sending the Huskal up to the top side of the map, though. He's going to be spotting these villagers making their way up there. Nice play from Barba. If we take a look at the production here, is it this button? We are seeing champion infantry and the Huntress Axe coming through yet again. Going to be a big ticket upgrade to help win this game. If we run back over to the resources here, Stand and Deliver can start thinking about getting himself the medium infantry here, which is going to be super helpful, super clutch. But Barba has to retreat away from here as the villagers are going to be making their way through. And now we see Barba wandering up. Stand and Deliver just literally waiting to stand and deliver against these units. He's trying to get that Minotaur to get some sort of an attack. Barba not paying attention. He does turn around that Frost Giant to hit the Minotaur there as the villagers trying to get this gold mine up. Stand and Deliver does still have gold in the bank, so even if he loses this fight in a way, he's still kind of good. Champion infantry coming through here as the medium Hippaspis coming in to try and take down those champion champion Huskal there. More units coming in. We've got a straight Huskal in the bottom corner of the map here. The throwing axeman doing tons of damage with the help of that Huntress Axe champion axeman. The Huskal can now move up to the top side of the map to start taking these villagers down. The villagers can make a run for it here. We'll see if Barba can get a ghost building to block this one or not, or if he's just going to pick off so many units. It seems like, oh no, Stand and Deliver is bringing his units up onto this position, and he's going to see this storehouse, and we'll see if Shadowfax is going to notice whether or not he should look elsewhere for that or not. We'll jump in and see.
I don't know. There it is on the hill fort. Okay, forget about it. Just get your army together. You can win that fight, but our army's split up. Oh, that's not a good fight. Get rid of that wall. Not that wall, but the other wall.
We'll jump over the other guys, see what they're doing, see how
I
stressful
need to
we're
try to
at.
take down the hill forts on that 1 gold. Just keep hitting your idle military and bringing it forward. Yep.
Not too much panic here from Stand and Deliver. He realizes he's probably got the villager lead, and he just needs to play defensively and sit on this one. He is down the tech though. The champion infantry are a big deal here from Barba and Shadowfax. So we'll see how he's going to go. I think that the big ticket unit that Barba is forgetting about here, which is very, very helpful against this Hippaspis Toxotes army, is the Bogsvaga. It's the unique archer which Odin and Norse have got access to. Now seeing the army moving in here, not really paying attention. He does move straight into this line. The Huskal need to get onto those Toxotes, which he does manage to start and click doing. But by the time they get there, the Hippaspis have just gone to town on everything here, as the population is still sitting steadily at 115 each player. But it's seemingly looking like Stand and Deliver has managed to hold this one here. And Hephaestus has come through as well, which is absolutely huge. Not only that, we've got the villagers repairing this gate back up as these Huskal cannot make it through. We've got the Plenty Vault getting thrown down, and it's just going to be a big amount of resources for Stand and Deliver to start getting. He can start thinking about getting his 3rd town center. Barba's going to be getting his own 2nd town center, but he is playing from behind now. If anyone has ever played from behind, Barba is very behind here, and he'll see if he can get back up here. We've got these. I love those buildings there by Stand and Deliver to block this in. We've got the archery range. We've got the military academy here. Doing very, very nicely here. And the Huskarl going to be retreating back. We still do have these Frost Giants, which can deal with the Colossus over here. The Huskarl coming back in, distracting those Hephaspus nicely. Be able to deal with most of those Toxoides here as we see the Colossus getting frozen. If we jump over onto this production tab, we can see what's happening. We've got Forge of Olympus coming through for Stand and Deliver straight away. Not only that, we do still have, we've got the third Town Center coming up, and we also still have the Underworld remaining here for Stand and Deliver to hit some sort of an attack onto this. Now, one thing that Barba could have been doing while this was all going on, instead of having to get this second town center up, he could have been getting out trade while this is all going on. Like, it costs a lot of food, but definitely could have thought about doing something like that so he's not as far behind on villagers at the end of this attack, because he does have the market up in a good spot, but just hasn't started a trade route at all just yet. Now we're starting to see those raiding cavalry come in to try and deal with those Hephaspus. Is it too little, too late? As Colossus gets frozen yet again, but Chiron is here to take that Frost Giant down. Looks like the Colossus will end up falling here, and Stand and Deliver does have to retreat. But still, I mean, the game is close. The game is definitely close. Are we seeing those armory upgrades coming through yet? No, we got Barba getting himself flood control. He's getting himself more farms coming out. Got heavy infantry coming through. Still no armory upgrades for Stand and Deliver just yet. He's got the resources to be building them, but he's not building them just yet. Because now the Achilles is in to try and take down these this Frost Giant, but 2 town centers to 3 town centers, 80 villages to 60 villages, plenty vault to boot. No god powers remaining versus an Underworld. This is Stand and Deliver's game to lose here at this point. We'll see if he can convert and see how it's going to go. Villagers making the big trek around, potentially onto this gold mine here. Very, very sneaky. He might even try and sneak this town center on the back as well while this is all going on. Meanwhile, one lone throwing axeman comes in, is going to be able to pick up a villager eventually here. It's a bit sneaky there from Barba, getting a couple of cheeky snipes there. We'll see if he starts his trade route. Not just yet. Random Ulfsark in the corner of the map needs to be in the fight here, it would seem. But 144 of 145 pop versus 118 of 130 population. And all the side builds can start happening in this corner, as well as Stand and Deliver has got everything going for him at this point. But now the town center is up. Maybe Barba can hold for a little bit. Like I say it time and time again, but I mean, it's just Hephaestus and the economy difference. The armor upgrades are finally coming in for Stand to Deliver, but Norse can deal with late game Greek with Skadi a lot of the time. You just have to play proactively and not allow the Greek player to dictate the pace of the game. So you do see this Stonewall getting taken down, but Shadowfax has got to have some inkling that this is not the only gold mine that he's gathering from, with only 6 villages on it. So we've already got 18 over here. We are going to be seeing some Huskarl looking over onto that gold mine there, being severely disappointed with the state of affairs that he is in right now. As the Stonewalls are up, no bravery in for those champion Huskarl. They're actually looking to grab this town center and not even go to that gold mine. Let's jump in and have another listen to what they've got to say. Checking out Chef Hades and Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, keep mine up. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just gonna underworld onto that back town center over there. Yeah, keep going. Try to, yep, behind the hill fort. Yeah. Okay, go for the underworld.
All right, we're going to jump over a Shadowfax and see what he's going to react
Right
to, how he's going to react.
Forts, fortified town centers. Make a hill. Engage the Heliopolis. Make a hill fort with the military.
That is an absolutely insane underworld right there. Pick it off. So many dwarves. All of the gold economy of Barba getting taken out. The only problem here is that Stand and Deliver doesn't have any siege. These Pacifists aren't siege. The Hades Shades aren't siege, so they do deal 10.8 damage. There's just no siege here. He's going to do his best to try and take this town center down, but once Fortified Town Centers comes in, it's going to be too much. But in that moment, Barba does decide to tap out. Stand and Deliver has managed to make a series out of this. It's currently 2-2 now. Getting that next win, we've got going to go to a game number 5. We have a game number 5, guys. And you guys thought that these mid-level games weren't exciting, especially with the help of a coach. You got a lot of really, really cool stuff that gets tried. Nice game here from Stand and Deliver. Let's jump in and see what they're going to have to say for themselves. We jump in and have a little listen or a little chat. Well. Very, very nice game here. They went with the same sort of strategy, but it seems like you guys adapted nicely here. Is there any sort of inkling that it was coming?
You gave us the confidence to go Hades one more time.
Yeah. I was about to go for a low-key gameplay, but I don't know how that would play out.
Well, who knows? I mean, maybe you chuck that in for game number 5, but can't go for 2 strategies twice in the same game and expect to get the same results, hey? Or maybe you can. Who knows?
Good advice.
Yeah, that was good advice.
All right, guys. Congrats. We got that game 5 coming on Anatolia, so get prepared. I'll jump into the other chat and say good day.
All right.
Guys.
We didn't pressure him enough on that gold mine.
It's just a tough loss, wasn't it? You had it all. You had it in the fingertips. The gold staff was there.
Yeah, it definitely was there. I think we just had to commit to that gold mine at the top, not just a few Huskars raiding.
Yeah, that was definitely an option. Just go full send. After Stand and Deliver kind of wasted that restoration before the frost. Is there any thoughts going through your mind, like, oh, maybe we can get something here?
I kind of wanted the frost straight away. As soon as the restoration happened, but there's definitely a bit of delay going on, especially with the lag. So we almost like lost the value from the frost.
Yeah, well, you got the hill fort up, and then it was kind of like, well, where do you go now? You had these little raven guys kind of in the corner. I thought maybe you could have get them onto those extra gold mines and make sure nothing sneaky's going on. That's kind of the OP nature of Odin. But we've got game number 5 on Anatolia.
Yeah.
Are we going to be seeing Odin again, or are you going to try something a little bit more spicy?
Yeah, definitely something else, right, Bob?
Sure.
All right, guys. Good luck. I'll see you in the lobby.